Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And today I am with Drew yet again. Always happy to have him on here. And today we are doing a watch along for the extremely underrated film Iron Will. If you guys have not checked this out, it's on Disney Plus. I would highly suggest you do. I haven't seen this film in probably a year. Probably a year or two. And I'm very looking forward to watching this and showing Drew this because he's never seen it. Okay, let's see. Connor Productions. How's both of your guys' day been so far? You want to go first?
Sure, my day has been good so far. It's been I was at work today, but it wasn't like a bad work day. And I know with the week coming, well, actually no, today was good. It was busy, but I was able to get through it. So yeah, I'd say my day's been good so far.
Yeah. Now just sitting watching the movie live. Always
Yep.
happy. Always a good thing to wrap up this day.
Yes.
Connor Productions, everything good. Yeah, sorry about that, Connor. I something that I'm really bad at. How should I say this? I'm a chatter, so I did kind of hold him into chat mode. So luckily we're live now. And Film Kid, are you ready, Ledger? Yes, I am ready. But Film Kid has actually seen Iron Will. That was basically his childhood. In respect, I wasn't the biggest fan of this growing up, and the more I watch it, the more I get older, the more I resonate, and just it becomes so much more meaningful to me. It's a great film. You ready to start it?
Ready to start it. Ready to hit play.
Okay. Now you're good, bro. Thank you. Okay, we'll say 1, 2, 3, and then start.
Okay.
This thing ever loads. Come on. Load, please. It's not that much to do. Come on. Come on. Yes, hey.
Just getting it set up. It's loading, but I'll pause it so we can do the countdown.
Yeah, I know. We got Hasta here saying hello there. Hey man, hope you can stay. Film Kid, has Drew seen this? We just talked about that. He has not, and really, I am looking forward to getting him to see that. Hasta, when's the Jurassic Park thing? Don't know. Probably not sometime soon because I have some stuff I need to get done, some other live streams and stuff that are busy. But I'll do it soon probably. Jurassic Park's one of my favorite things. Hasta can't stay for long. Okay, but at least thank you for at least dropping in. But stay as long as you can. Let me know when you're ready to do the countdown.
Ready.
Oh, okay. On three. One,
One,
two,
two,
three.
three.
Go. Don't you just remember this as like the logo thing that Disney usually did?
Yes.
That might be my favorite like intro for Disney. I mean, a lot of people like the new ones, but a lot of people like the new one, but I would say this one's still better.
Yep.
And this is another thing you're gonna love, the score. Film Kid, just going to say the opening scene is sad, I think. The opening scene is not sad. And shut up! We don't need your knowing too much, even if the opening scene isn't really sad. Connor, I saw your letterbox that you watched Madam Web. Why would you do that to yourself, LOL? To get another movie for 2024 out of the can, but yeah, I did see it and I did not like it. Honestly, yeah, seriously, why are you obsessed with watching bad movies? I don't know, I just wanted to do some 2024 releases to extend my list. I need to do Roadhouse next. You may want to turn down a little bit so I don't get copyrighted. Is that okay with you?
Yes. But yep, here's the opening scene with the wolves riding.
Yeah, maybe just a little more.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's not a huge deal, but my TV kind of glitched out for a second, or not glitched, but I was having a tough time. It was loading, but I got it working.
Okay, so you're at the part where he's like running sledding, like doing the sledding, but he's running on it.
Yes, and there's like it's going through the credits of the actors in it.
Yeah. Connor, Megamind 2 is worse in my opinion. Oh yeah, Megamind 2 is awful. Film Kid. Oh, I mean, it's not that hard to because the first one's pretty bad too. Have you seen Megamind?
Megamind, yes, I have seen the first one, and it is a fun movie. But I did not see the second one because I don't know what it is. Lately, when big movies get like straight to video sequels, it's just bad.
The Kiss of Death.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, it was horrible. It has some of it is almost a laughable downgrade from the first film in terms of animation, but I don't even really like the first one. I'm on an island with that one, but still. Film Kid Ledger, you're not gonna get striked if they can barely hear anything. At most, your video will get blocked. Whatever you say. Film Kid Ledger only likes DreamWorks movies like How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda, and he hates the rest. I like Chicken Run, but other than that, yeah, I hate Boss Baby. I hate all the Shrek films except for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I like that one a bit, and so I hate all the Shrek films. Not a big fan of the first Puss in Boots. Hate Boss Baby 1 and 2. So basically, yeah, I hate most of DreamWorks films.
Gotta say, this music's great.
I'm gonna pause it for a little bit because I can tell I'm very much ahead of you
Oh, okay.
by the sound.
It sounds good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me know when you get to 3 minutes and 28 seconds if you can see.
Okay. Okay.
If you put headphones in your ear for the computer, which you're wait, what are you talking to me on?
I'm just talking to you through like the mic on my laptop.
If you put earbuds in your ear for the laptop, will that keep the sound out?
I think it I don't know if it will keep the sound out.
Just asking.
Oh no. I mean, I don't know if it will. I could try it to see if it works.
If you are willing to, I would and see it. I would like to test that out.
Okay, let me actually pause the movie or just leave it playing or just make it quick.
You can pause it right now because I have it paused because you're below me a bit.
Okay, it's paused. I'm gonna just run upstairs quick and grab something.
Roger. Connor, a hot take for you is that I love the first Megamind movie. Most people do. It's what you would call a classic by DreamWorks, even though I really do not like it. Maybe on a rewatch it'll be better, but as I can recall, I'm not a big fan of it. I found it very boring, especially like the middle part. I was painful at best. Okay, here we go. And there we go. Now we're back to normal.
All right, got the headphones.
And I got something else, the banners.
All right.
But like I said, guys, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to both of our channels. Drew's channel is in the title and the link in the description. And there's a link in the description. Ugh, man, I can't talk today. And mine, of course, you should be able to get mine because you are in my live stream. So I would be highly surprised if you can't find the subscribe button. And please share this video. It helps us get popular. And also, quick little congrats to Drew for hitting 900 subscribers. Actually, technically 901.
Thank you.
You earned it. Luckily, I put out my community poll, and Connor really was happy about that. He was just letting me know how close you were.
Yeah,
you got yourself a dedicated fan.
I do have myself a dedicated fan.
Or dedicated fans.
Dedicated fans, yes.
Oh man. Okay. Connor, really hate all the Shrek movies. Shrek Theory, I understand though. LOL. I do not like the first one. I hate the second one. I barely managed to get through that one when I rewatched it a couple weeks ago. I quite frankly nearly vomited because it was so horrible. The third film I actually think might be better than the second one, and I do hate 3 and 4, but 2 is probably the worst for me. Although I'll just say this, they're almost all 2, 3, and 4 are basically at 2, 3, and 4 are basically equally horrible to me. And I know I'm going to get hate for that. It's just my opinion. I do not like Shrek. Not my cup of tea. Film kid. When I first watched Megamind and I was little, it made me tear up. Don't know when that film was even good enough to even get emotion out of you. Connor, he's at 903 subs now. Great. So we're doing a live stream with Drew for this, and then sometime later we'll probably be doing one for Logan. That's another one we're doing.
Yep, I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah, me neither. I love Logan. I actually was watching Hugh Jackman yesterday. I started watching The Prestige.
Oh, what'd you think of it from what you've seen?
I mean, this is a rewatch. I've already seen it once, but this is that I'm gonna say hot take. That is my favorite Nolan film.
I wouldn't argue against that, actually.
And I actually yesterday, for the first time ever, watched Inception.
Oh, what'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. A lot of people are always surprised because what, you haven't seen Inception? You're such an uncultured swine.
Oh, geez.
I mean, they're not really wrong. Inception, I was blown away. That's my second favorite Nolan film currently. I need to watch Interstellar, which I'll get done on my radar soon. But right now, I think The Dark Knight is my number 3. Just for those who are going to be like, you are a moron if The Dark Knight's not in your top 3. I'll get you guys that satisfaction. It's at least in my top 3. But I love The Prestige. I need to finish my rewatch, but that has proven of what I've seen so far that without a doubt that has to be my favorite.
That is a great movie.
Oh yeah. How many times have you seen it?
The Prestige?
Yeah.
I've actually only watched it in the entirety once, but I am encouraged to watch it again.
Yeah, but I always go back and forth between, since both of them have Hugh Jackman, which Hugh Jackman sort of led film. Do I like more Logan or The Prestige? I might need to just rewatch them back to back, or something, like as soon as I'm done with the Logan watch along with you, just be like, I watched The Prestige recently, so let's just rewatch it again just to see which one.
Yep.
Oh man, but it's also really hard because The Prestige is on the one hand much more rewatchable, than Logan, because Logan is a downer. That's a dark film, but I would say if I'm being objective, Logan's probably the better film.
Yeah, Logan, I would say, is definitely the better movie.
Although they're both in my top 20. I think they're both in my top 20 of all time, I believe.
They're both like excellent movies.
Oh yeah. Film Kid. Oh, it was hilarious because a couple days ago Ledger was telling me how Inception is so overrated. I wasn't that far into the film. Don't blame me. And easily the most overrated Nolan film. And then he watches it and says it's amazing. No, I would still to this day say that there's a two-way tie between Tenet and The Dark Knight for which is the most overrated film in Nolan's filmography. I love The Dark Knight, but with people calling me a moron for saying that it's not perfect, I'm just like, come on, guys. We all know this isn't a perfect film. Okay, Connor, I love the first 2 Shrek movies and Puss in Boots 2. Shrek 4, in the first Puss in Boots movie. Shrek 4 and Puss in Boots 2 was fine to me, but I hate Shrek 3. It's honestly one of the worst, it's honestly the worst or one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I would say that's probably my opinion on Shrek 2. That is one of the worst films I've seen in my life, probably. I hate it. Connor, but I respect your opinion on them. Thank you, sir. Connor, speaking of Logan, I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. I am too. They better not screw this up. Film Kid. Tenet is an overrated. Isn't overrated. The people who actually like it, think it's underrated. That's kind of why I think it might be The Dark Knight. Yeah, in that case, then it's probably The Dark Knight, because there's people that understand why a lot of us do not like Tenet, or like, hey, that's a confusing film. I understand. Meanwhile, The Dark Knight, I've gotten some significant attitude and backlash every time I talk about that film, saying it's not perfect.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to do that. Like some people will say, "Oh, it's like a flawless masterpiece." And of course, with any film that people consider perfect, if you say, "No, there's like, there's some flaws in it." People just get so up in arms and
Defensive.
angry. Yeah, offended.
Yeah, that's kind of why I've been turned off by The Dark Knight. I still love it. It's just not a not what I would call a top 3 of all time. It's definitely top 100, but it's not top 3. Even if at one point it was my favorite film of all time, in which case it has since regressed big time. And also, quick question: have you seen No Country for Old Men? We'll start this in a second, but have you seen No Country for Old Men?
Yes, I have seen No Country for Old Men. I think that is an excellent film, and for me personally, I would say it's the best film from the year 2007.
I agree with that. If you were gonna say no, I was like, don't you dare say no, or you're gonna get some homework if you hadn't seen that.
No, I have seen it. Excellent movie.
That they like what's his name? Anton Chigurh. He's definitely the most terrifying villain I've ever seen. Like he is haunting. Like he's just so terrifying in like some of the stuff that he does. You want to talk about tension? That scene in the hotel room. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, where I think he's talking like with Woody Harrelson.
No, I mean the scene where it's with Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem and like remember that?
Oh yes, I think I know what you're talking about. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh Brolin. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that
like,
was really good. I loved it. I just watched it for the first time.
yes, that was a very intense scene.
I might rewatch it soon. I love that. That's it. It might make my top 25 if I rewatch it. I love it.
Me too.
Yeah. Film Kid. A lot of people think Tenet is bad. There's some. Film Kid. I'm not looking forward to Deadpool 3. He didn't like the trailer, so I think he's just more scared of it. I don't think if he also doesn't. He's never seen the first two, so the first two kind of helps with the excitement factor because the first two really are good and really funny. Like I love the post credit scene to Deadpool 2. I mean, I like Origins Wolverine. I am gonna tell you, I will be the first one to tell you that CGI mouth shut Deadpool that can go to hell. I hate that. Like that was like the funniest middle finger I've ever seen someone give to a studio.
Definitely.
Like you guys would have sewn my mouth shut. Fine, this is what you get.
Boom.
And then the Green Lantern one was just the icing on that cake.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the entirety of Green Lantern, but I can say this: I have seen clips of it to get an idea of what it's like.
The CGI suit looks horrible.
Oh, the CGI suit was so bad. In fact, I may argue it is not like, I don't know if I would say, actually, you know what? I'd argue it's worse than Wolverine's CGI claws.
It's a close call, but both are laughably bad.
Yeah, both are laughable, but the reason why I go with the Green Lantern suit is because it's over Ryan Reynolds' like whole body, whereas the claws, it's mostly just like Hugh Jackman's fist. They didn't CGI his whole body.
Yeah, and there's time, and since he doesn't have the claws out the entire time, you don't notice him all the time.
Exactly.
I still need to see Green Lantern. That's a good one that you could probably get a good roast out of.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that with Green Lantern, watching it to get a laugh.
Yeah. Connor, Oppenheimer is my favorite movie of last year since you guys were talking about Nolan's movies. That's a good pick. That was in my top 5. It might have been in my top 3. I need to recall. Connor, the first Deadpool movie is my favorite comic book movie. Oh, interesting. I loved it when I didn't get into Deadpool too much that night. I started it, but I was actually happy I didn't get too much into it because my face was sore as heck with the laughing I was like that I had. Every joke in the first Deadpool for me landed.
Agreed.
Film Kid, I know, but this one is going to be a lot more marbled, watered down, and that's what Deadpool is not supposed to be. Watered down. Yeah, this is going to be a light R, whereas the first two were very hard R's. No, they could do it. They could go for hard R. They could show Disney could show that they know what they're doing, or they could screw up Deadpool. Please be the first one. Oh, Connor, Deadpool, you're welcome, Canada. Yes. Yeah. You remember that line?
Oh yeah, like I think it's
It's right after he shoots. It's right after he shoots his the Green Lantern. Shoots Ryan Reynolds accepting the Green Lantern script in the head, and then the head falls, and then it shows him, and he's like, "You're welcome, Canada."
Yeah, I remember. Like I said, that both of the post credit scenes in Deadpool, or Deadpool 2, I should say, were like I think the best post credit scenes I've like seen in any comic book movie. Like
Arguably the best.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know it's just a throwaway joke, but my God, I love how it acknowledges that Deadpool getting his mouth sewed shut and the Green Lantern film were just like not good.
It's like
yes,
Ryan Reynolds knows how to make fun of himself and make it fun, but also I don't know if this is exclusive in the Super Duper Unrated cut, but did you have the post credit scene where we have Deadpool going back in time to kill baby Hitler?
I actually did not. I actually don't think I saw that one.
Then that might just be in the Super Duper Unrated cut only. But there's a scene where, do you know how he like does things when he knows it's about to be hard? He's like maximum effort.
Oh yeah, like maximum effort. Like
so he then we see a crib with a baby in it, and then he's like, you can see that he's like struggling. He's like going here and then go like, oh no, and he just keeps going back and forth. And then he's like, okay, maximum effort. Then pans down so you can see the name of the kid, and it says Adolf Hitler, and then cuts to black, and then you hear the baby crying, and then you have Deadpool like shaking him to say, "Come on, you're don't worry, I'll bring my friend Cable. He loves to kill kids."
Oh my God,
that one I love.
Oh my God,
a lot of people are going to take very much offense to that one. I loved it.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, it's just a baby, but it's the baby of, or it's
one of the greatest one of the most well-known psychopaths of all time that was responsible for a lot of horrible things.
Yeah, a real life person who was responsible for a ton of horrible things as a baby. So you'd think that, like, I mean, if it was just a regular baby, then yeah, it'd be awful. But if it's an Adolf Hitler baby, then it's kind of like, no, he deserves it.
And yeah, it's kind of like the thing that they do in Avengers Endgame with like the baby Thanos. Yeah, but he's still a baby, so it's awful.
Yeah, exactly. Like, despite him being Thanos and evil, trillions. Yeah,
and but they're still like, but it's a baby. We can't do it to a baby. Kill him when he's a moody teenager.
Exactly. Then it's not as bad.
Oh man! And I'll answer these last three, then we're gonna resume.
Okay.
And their strain of Deadpool, the trailers alone look bad at the trailers for the first two, and then look at the trailers for the first three. I can understand it does look a bit weirder compared to the first two, and I don't think we haven't really got much of a plot. I think that was because it was a teaser, but hopefully we get some more plot known soon. Connor, I'm not sure if this is a hot take, but Joker's my favorite movie but the Joker movie is my favorite DC movie. That's a good one. It's a dark one, but it's a great one. Okay, Connor, I mean, it was funny that Deadpool said it. LOL. Yes. Okay, so what part are you at? I'm at 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
Right now I'm at 3 minutes and 45.
Don't. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm ready now.
Dang it.
Sorry.
No. That's my fault. I think my earbuds turned off, so. No! Just turn air. There. Now my earbuds are in. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll you in resume.
Okay.
3 minutes and 40 what seconds?
3 minute and 45.
Okay, and resume.
Okay, ready.
Yeah. Can you turn it down a little bit? I'm trying not to be like this buggy guy, but I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yes, I can turn it down.
You get a really good actor in here that I think you've seen before.
Yeah, actually, I think one of the biggest actors in this movie, I think, is Kevin Spacey.
Yes, Kevin Spacey's in this one. He's debatably the biggest of all of them.
Yeah, it's kind of weird what's happening to him lately because I know lately there came a time where he was accused of some stuff, or there were some allegations about him.
There was? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I think there was like some. I mean, not to talk negative, but like I think some sexual harassment or assault allegations.
He did?
Yeah, it's kind of like. I mean, it wasn't just him, but like it's kind of like, you know how in 2018 when James Franco was accused of it as well.
I actually don't even. I didn't. This is news to me. I didn't hear about that.
Um, but like, yeah, I think Kevin Spacey. I don't know if he's still acting, but I know there were like some allegations about him, and I don't know if his career is still going or if he's finished.
He is still a great actor. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, no. I think my viewpoint is I can separate the art from the artist. Like,
Yeah, it's like Victor Salva, who I don't know if you know this. Have you ever heard of the horror film Jeepers Creepers?
I have heard of them, I just haven't watched them.
I've tried to do the second film. I'm not that far into it, but I'm so far not a big a fan, even though the intro is awesome. But the first one, a lot of people don't even like, and that's not even because they're judging the film. They're Victor Salva. There's a lot of controversy because he did some stuff that, for the sake of keeping this video public and not getting it demonetized, I will not mention. But he did some stuff, I believe, to a child that he should have rotted in prison for the rest of his life for doing that. Like the third Jeepers Creepers, he nearly didn't get made because like he almost every site he wanted to go to, they wouldn't let him film there because he was so hated.
Oh my god.
Like he did some messed up stuff. And so of course no one really likes the Jeepers Creepers franchise for that reason, because it is basically a, a film franchise about a creeper with an actual creep directing the first three, which is why I was so surprised when they made a fourth film. Victor Salva, they finally found a way to tear apart from it. They like took the rights, bought the rights or something, or he didn't do anything with the fourth film. He wasn't involved. And then that fourth film is by far the most hated of the bunch.
Yeah, I've heard the fourth film was awful.
I've seen some clips, including one where they kill the creeper. It was honestly one of the most laughably bad scenes I've ever seen in a film. The CGI and like the filters looked horrific, especially the green screen.
Someone tells me the fourth one's not worth it at all.
I'll find out soon enough, but I need to do a ranking of them. But I've only seen the first one. Film key, Kurt Russell. No way Kurt Russell's in this.
I didn't see Kurt Russell in the cast list.
Yeah, I know.
I just saw Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, he is not in this film. Connor, did you guys see the Sonic movies and the Mario movie? I have seen all three of those. You? Drew?
The Sonic movies, I haven't seen either one. I just remember seeing the trailer. I didn't even bother with the first one. Then I saw a preview for the second one, and I just remember saying, "Oh my god, that looks awful." I wasn't planning on going to the theaters to see it, and I always kept. Wait, for Mario?
Oh wait, are you talking about for Sonic?
Oh, I was talking about Sonic, unless it was Mario.
Did you get shown the trailer where they still had that awful CGI Sonic?
I didn't see that. Well, I actually saw the picture of where they, of the original design where, everyone complained it. Yeah, it looked really bad.
Hell yeah, it does. But so you're telling me that you didn't? So you saw it with the newer version of him?
Yes, I saw the trailers like where it had like the newer, like the fixed design that actually looked better.
I would say it's actually pretty decent, both of them, but I would check them out. Mario, you could probably skip that. I didn't like that one at all. So basic.
Yeah, and like I said, it came out in the year with other films, and I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with Mario.
Yeah, especially considering like you can predict the whole thing. I did predict the whole thing. It was almost laughable. Okay, pay attention.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, you need to be paying attention for this scene.
Okay.
Wish I could get snow around here.
Yeah, I want to say the cinematography throughout this whole movie, but in this scene especially, is beautiful.
Yeah, I know. Especially considering this came out in '94. Another movie with it that's stacked.
Oh, he went right in the water. Oh, wait. Oh, no. No, not the dogs.
Don't go
No,
John Wick, please.
no, no. Don't kill the dogs, please. No, no, not the dogs.
And here we go.
Oh.
Like, that scene messed me up as a kid. Like, that one, I always hated that scene.
Oh, my God.
I get more emotional every time I watch this film. But that's some really good acting.
Definitely some really strong acting. Because, wow, I did not expect the dad to die.
Okay, so Film Kids, little tip off saying that the opening scene is sad, even though that's not really the opening scene, didn't work. Even if it does happen in the first 10 minutes, but it's not technically the opening scene. Connor, I love the Sonic movies, but Mario movie was just all right to me. The plot was all over the place, in my opinion. Yeah, it was. It was odd. Film Kid, blame it all on Ledger if you cry. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm a man. I can handle this. But at least they didn't go John Wick and kill the dogs.
Yeah, those dogs are cute, and I gotta be honest, if the dogs had died, I would have just been like, oh no.
This is what you call great acting. This is great acting.
Amazing acting.
From Film Kid Drew, you should get a letterboxed and then write a review for this.
I will definitely get a letterbox account.
When will you be doing it?
Oh yeah, actually, I think later tonight I could actually whip that up.
I mean, if you do, I would love to see your review on this because, man, it's good. This came out in a stacked year. You had Lion King that year. You had Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump, and this film holds its own against all of them.
Exactly, and you also had True Lies in 1994.
Oh, True Lies! True Lies came out that year too.
Yep,
Another one that's fantastic.
love that movie. You're
Arnold,
fired.
yeah, Arnold and James Cameron, you can never go wrong with.
Exactly.
I'm arranging to sell the dogs. We'll be able to pay off most of our debts, the immediate ones anyway. You can't do that, Mom.
Okay, Connor, Drew, if you do that, then you are gonna make a community post about it. He's asking a question. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Oh, he means that if you get a letterbox account, then you should post it on your community tab so people can start following you.
Oh, okay, okay. Then yes, I can.
For a second. I was like, what is he saying?
Okay, so like if I make Letterbox, post on my community, then people will be able to see it and follow me.
Yep.
Okay, and I will definitely do that.
I actually have Patreon over on Letterbox, meaning I can now customize my posters. I can do a lot of really cool stuff on there. It costs me money, but you're that big a fan of it, then that's something I would highly suggest. It's like $50 a year, I think.
Okay, I will definitely consider that.
It's definitely a good deal. Film Kid, I am watching Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Interesting.
I don't know what to say to that.
I know. Connor, okay, thanks. Maybe because he just watched Die Hard and because he only gave it a 4.5 and not a 5, he doesn't want to have his shoes off.
Oh,
If you get the joke, you get the joke.
Oh, wait, I think I know what it is. John McClane, throughout the entire time with the action, he was pretty much barefoot.
Yeah, if you go to my if you do get Letterboxd, if you go to my page and see my activity for Die Hard, I watched it now 3 times in a month.
Wow, that's nuts.
Over the span of like a week and a half, maybe 2, and I was resisting rewatching it today. I was like, no, they'll kill me if I do it. If you go to my everything I watched last week ranked videos, take a shot every time. I mean, take a shot of alcohol every time I have Die Hard in one of them, and you'll probably pass out. It's
man,
hilarious. Like, I love that film.
Me too.
It's a classic.
It definitely is.
Connor, last night I watched The Godfather for the first time. I watched it for the first time pretty recently, actually, as well. Please, nobody ask me what I thought about it.
I still haven't seen any of the Godfather films.
I can't have anyone ask me how it is, or someone will probably, out of sheer anger, flag this video just to get it taken down out of revenge.
What? That's
They'll
horrible.
do that probably if they find out what I thought of the film. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I got immediate reactions. If you check the comment section, it came immediately. Within the first few minutes, I was getting how the heck is this a 3.5 out of 5? What? They were freaking out. It was hilarious.
That was crazy. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinions. There are some movies that, while maybe considered classics by most, not everyone loves. Everyone is admittedly entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was either I watched the wrong film that either I did not watch the film that people are talking about, or they did not watch the film that I was watching. Because there's no way that's a 5 out of 5.
Right.
Some of the characters I really did not like, and there's some people that have been saying, well, it's a mob movie, you're not supposed to like them. Sue me. I like character arcs. I like nice characters, so sue me for that.
Yep.
Filmkid says, yeah, Ledger. Filmkid, it's the kind of fantasy movie about the show that's alive and it has shoes and it's like a documentary on the shelves of childhood. It's an A24 and it's like their only kid movie. Oh, he's been getting more into A24.
Yeah, A24 is a big movie studio and they've put out a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. Filmkid, that would be me. Filmkid, can you respect my opinion? In some ways, yes. This is kind of a bit of a comedy.
Yep.
Training begins now. Oh man.
Oh my god, he's left out in the freezing cold.
He can go into the shed. He wants to start training to like become a dog slitter. So that's partially made for humor, but it's also like kind of part of his training as well. So it's like a little joke.
Oh, okay.
It's not as dark as you may think.
Okay, thank goodness.
Oh man. Frankie, I just hit 1 million on TikTok. Congrats. No joke. If all of you guys are still here, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to both of our channels in the description, in the description and title of this video, and please share this video so we can get some more people in here.
Oh Lord, he's carrying someone on his back.
I've actually done that before with a girl that's she's small for her age, so it's easier to do her. But some other people I'm not as strong with, even if I am pretty huge, so I can lift a pretty good amount. I don't know why, because I'm 6'2.5", and so I should be able to carry a lot of people. Which people are always like, you're 6'2.5" and you're 15 years old. Are you smoking crack?
Yeah.
There's no way. And I still get that. Connor, when I first heard about The Godfather, it was from Family Guy, LOL. Have they mentioned that? I haven't gotten to that episode probably then yet. Have you seen Family Guy?
I have seen clips, and actually I remember funny story. There was a time where I was in a film group at my old school, and fun story. Someone shared it in the film group. There was like a scene where Peter Griffin was like in a restaurant with like a talking chicken.
Oh, another chicken fight. They have several of those in the films. Not in the films, in the episodes. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and it's like in a public restaurant, and they're just fighting, but I think it's like no one's even attempting to stop the fight.
There's a lot of that in that. There's a lot of that in that show. Like, there's some messed up people in Family Guy. Like, Peter kills a lot of people. There's an actual scene where he overtly makes a very, very deliberate like just knock against Heath Ledger, where he blows up this hospital. He's in the exact same like clothes that Heath Ledger was in when he blew up the hospital thing in The Dark Knight. And then as soon as he's done, he's like, okay, what do I have to do next? Oh yeah, go back to my apartment and overdose on drugs. And that's a big slap in the face to me.
Oh god.
Like, they play a lot of the stuff as jokes. Like, there's some dark stuff. There's like a scene where Peter and his friends like sing to a man that he has AIDS. That's really dark. And they play that for laughs. They basically anything very dark that you can think of, they most likely make a deliberate jab at it.
Oh my god. I mean, when it comes to me and having like humor where, if you're easily offended, you'll be offended. To me, it's kind of like it could go, yeah, like Family Guy. And for me, it can go like either way. It depends what they do. Like, I mean, to me, even though I haven't seen it, the kind of jab at like Heath Ledger's real life death, to me, it's kind of like, I know it's like some might find it funny, but to me, it's kind of like, I don't know, that's a little
in poor taste at best.
Yeah, exactly, poor taste. And
they have more. They have one where they intentionally like make Jesus an alcoholic, which is another really bad one that they do. Like,
Lord,
they have a lot. I'm trying to think. There was another one that's one of their worst. I'm trying to think, what was it? Oh yeah, there's a scene where they're like in a shootout, and this kid comes out, and he has do you know those things where it like has the face on it, and then it's like a candy thing, so you like open it up, and like you can pop one of those like little rectangle things in your mouth?
I think I'm not fully sure.
Okay, well, they have one, and this one has the face of JF Kennedy, and then since they're in the shootout, they then have JF Kennedy's face on that thing get blown off.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you understand that joke.
Well, I didn't see the episode, so actually, unless the joke is like they usually when a kid is out, it's like, is it like the joke is, oh, a kid's out, so like, hold your fire. But then once he puts on like a thing that's pretty much like looks like JFK, they pretty much fire.
I think the joke was meant to be like very much insulting the fact that JF Kennedy, I believe, wasn't he assassinated when he was shot?
I believe, yeah, he was actually assassinated.
Yeah, in that case, that was that they were poking a jab at that. Then they have like the kid pulls out another one. It's like I think like JF Kennedy's like relative or something.
Oh God,
shot or something, and then he says, "Well, look, I got this blah 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 Kennedy or something, tack whatever," and then that one gets shot in the head as well and gets that entire face blown off as well.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that shows. If you don't like that, I doubt Family Guy's a show for you. I like it because it can be funny, but there's some horrible jokes that they make.
Yeah, part of me is thinking of like, I don't know if I will because, if they're poking fun at the fact that, like you said, JFK's assassination, Heath Ledger's death, and I mean, I know since you brought up a joke about someone with AIDS, I mean, not to get like super serious, I know nowadays it's like, it's a disease. HIV is a thing where, yeah, you could take like treatment to like, help make it manageable. But of course, there was a time in history where anyone diagnosed was pretty much like a death sentence. Like, with Freddie Mercury, for instance.
Yeah, this was, I think, before that time where you could easily just like get it under control. So they are horrible in like Family Guy. I can try and tell you more if I can think of them.
Okay.
There's several degrees of like dark, from pretty messed up to just downright, like some episodes were even canceled like for some of their stuff. One is where I believe Peter Griffin, this also happened in The Simpsons as well, where like Peter Griffin, like they go to New York and they like pass through like the Twin Towers, and that was I don't think that one was intentionally meant to be a jab, but of course after September 11th, aka 9/11, they did have to take that one down.
Oh, like as in September 11th, correct me if I'm wrong, was it like related to like, the event 9/11?
It wasn't really, not really, but since they do pass the Twin Towers, that's a very sore subject nowadays with people.
Oh,
they did ban that in both The Simpsons and Family Guy. Because there's a scene where Homer in one of the episodes, like he goes into one Twin Tower, he then just like walks across to the other one, and that one was banned, and you can get it on the DVD, I think, but let's just say they didn't get to have that one stick around.
Yeah, and I can definitely see why.
A lot of people really do not like him. There's been some backlash for some of the stuff. Yeah, and the fact that they're still going, like you would have thought Family Guy would have been canceled a long time ago. It already was, but then they like got a revival. It was canceled for like 3 years in or 4 or something like that. They then got some sort of like revival where they were allowed to bring it back, and they since have not stopped.
Wow, that is crazy because usually because like usually when you have a certain TV show, you'd think by a certain point it would probably end.
They get canceled.
Right, they get canceled.
Yeah. Connor, one scene that I found funny is that show is when in that show is when Peter ran over Oscar and he said, "Tell my ex-wife to go F herself." I probably haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, jeez.
Little kid says Pez. Oh, a Pez dispenser. That's what I meant. Do you know what those things are?
Oh, a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, when it has the faces on them. That's what they shoot.
It's like a thing that shoots out like masks of like kind of like face masks of some kind.
Oh no, it's just a thing where you can put candy in it. It's that.
Okay, I think I have an idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah, so they do that. There's a lot of them. Simpsons does not usually make fun of things. There's times, but usually they're just more interested in like the comedy with their usual repetitive comedy, like Homer being an absolute moron.
Yeah, Homer being because that's I think how it goes with the family. Like of them all, it's like Homer Simpson is obviously like despite being, you'd think he'd be a straight man, but no, he's actually a giant idiot.
And I another thing, I can't stand Lisa in that show.
Yeah, that's something I've heard people say. Like,
She's
when
just such a know-it-all, and she's just too. I don't like her.
yeah, that's totally fair. In fact, I would actually say I actually prefer Bart.
Oh, but I would say I prefer Bart by a landslide. He's the troublemaker, but he's fun.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, it's the same with Homer. But he's not. He's almost never in. I don't think there's ever been a joke in any of the things where he intentionally is funny. It's almost every time something that he does that's just him being a moron, and every time it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, Bart, he makes several jokes that are pretty funny on his own. Homer, never.
Right. In
And
fact,
the constant thing that they do with like him going like "don't,"
oh yeah, the don't.
and then they just keep bringing it back. I love that.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's probably the biggest running gag they've ever had.
Yeah, it's like him just going like making a sound. Don't.
Don't. And then there's times where he does it like several times in a row, where like he like runs through something and has like spikes all over it, so all the tires get flat, and he does like a dough for every tire thing. So he goes like don't. It's a
Yep.
really good.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's here.
Oh, here's Kevin Spacey.
Okay, Ledger. We can tell you that on the daily basis. Say that on the daily basis. I'm a bit confused. Bummer. I'm gonna look up when this takes place. I don't know if they state that. Oh yeah. Can you turn it down a bit?
Oh, yes.
I'm really sorry I have to keep saying it. It's my fault.
It's okay.
Film Kid says you say dough on a daily basis. Yeah, I do. I kind of love that line so much I've now kind of coined it. What? It's fun.
Also, really quickly, I want to say one funny moment. That's actually from the Simpsons movie. Like, I know it's like a very quick and minor one, but you know the scene after his grandpa has that episode in the church?
Yeah.
Like, afterwards, they get out of the car, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm still in the car. And then instead of getting his grandpa out, he locks him in.
Oh yeah, I watched that one recently for the first time because I had never seen it. And I love The Simpsons show; it's one of my favorites of all time. So I watched that movie and really liked it. So I love that joke.
Me too.
And like his episode is really funny as well. The episode that he has in the church is really funny as well.
Yes, definitely.
The grandpa's also very dumb on his own. He's really funny.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of like dumb on his own. Like in the scene where they're driving in the car in the movie where Marge tries to talk about how it can be serious for him to have an episode like that. And all he says is, I want bananas on my waffles.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about grandpa.
Exactly.
Did you grow up with The Simpsons?
I've seen some episodes from the show. I know some like Treehouse of Horror stuff, but I vividly remember seeing like the movie, which I feel was like my actual introduction to The Simpsons in general.
When did you see it?
I think I saw it in 2007 in theaters. And I remember
theaters.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It was my family and one of my brothers brought a friend of his, and there was just so many funny stuff in it. Like, I know at the beginning, like with Homer going like, everyone in the theater is a giant sucker, especially you.
It's like, dude, we're the ones giving you money.
Yeah.
Well, let's cancel this guy now.
Yeah, exactly.
I really love. I love that film.
Me
I
too.
think in, like the
It's
back half, it does kind of lose its steam, but it is still fun nonetheless.
oh yeah, like some would argue that the ending, the back half, where obviously you add in some like drama, is where it does kind of lose its steam a little bit, but
The
it's still
Simpsons never
not
really been
bad.
about drama. That's one of the things. Like people weren't used to it because they've never been about drama. They've always just been about their punchlines and doofus jokes. And what did you think in the theater when you saw the scene with Bart skateboarding naked?
Oh God, I remember. I mean, I at a young age, I don't think I was exactly ready to see something like that because nowadays I'm almost imagining like I don't know, like imagine this, like I'm watching it and then like let's say I'm watching it with some people, they think it's gonna be like an okay family friendly film, but then that scene comes with Bart naked, and when it comes to that one shot of I'll just say where he's going through some bushes, you
Yeah, I
probably know what
saw
I'm
that. I was
talking about.
like, did I just well, I'll never unsee that.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I saw some reaction videos where I saw a girl go, "Oh
Wait, how old was she?
no, this was like a recent reaction."
Oh.
But I remember my family was kind of like, "Oh my goodness."
Oh man. Yeah, that's a oh man, I love that one. See this guy?
Yes, the one, the guy, like the partially not bald guy, but like the one who has a slightly shaved
He's bad
head.
news. He's bad news, which I think you can tell by the way he's talking.
Oh yeah, he's definitely bad news, especially since he's holding a knife.
Yeah. What? Are you criticizing Rambo?
Oh no! Or not? I'm not criticizing Rambo. Let me rephrase. The guy who has a partially shaved head is bad news because it looks like he's trying to intimidate the main kid or the main guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you obviously have no respect for Rambo because you've never been in a jungle killing people shirtless before.
No, I love Rambo.
Yeah, I love all of the films. I mean I know Last Blood isn't love, but I love Last Blood. I really enjoy part 2 and 3, and I love 4 and 5.
4 and 5 are
Sorry, 4. No, I love 4, 5, and 1. One's in my top 3 favorite films of all time.
oh, the first one is like a classic.
Yeah, it's one of the most underrated films I've seen in my life. A lot of people don't give it a chance because the sequels go more into like blockbuster, just people being exploded, guts spilling everywhere, and don't really give a care about that. So, but a lot of people forget like that one is more of a drama. Like that scene where Stallone just breaks down is amazing.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know. Film kid, I love the scene where Comic Book Man starts explaining the Marge what everything means, and then he starts going full geek. Geek. That scene had me laughing so hard. I think I remember that one. That's a good one. Okay. Connor, what was your guys' favorite movie of last year, and what did you guys thought of the worst movie of last year was? You go first.
Best movie, I would say Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
You mean favorite? Because we're going off of best, it would probably be Oppenheimer.
Oh, let me rephrase. Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of like what I think is like legit, like to be realistic, the best Oppenheimer definitely.
Yeah.
Worst, I'm just gonna say it, Expendables 4.
Oh, that one was miserable. Oh, Filmkid says worst was Barbie, best was Oppenheimer. He means Blood and Honey. Blood and Honey was miles worse, but okay. So my least favorite was Blood and Honey. My favorite was probably John Wick Chapter 4.
Oh, I love John Wick Chapter 4.
It's very close between that, Dead Reckoning Part 1, The Holdovers, and Oppenheimer. But I would go with Chapter 4 right now.
Yeah, that was a great movie. I just love Keanu Reeves. I think lately he's proven to be one of those actors where he actually, you can tell it's actually him in the action, not just a stunt double.
Yeah. Like he's been like you forget, like this guy he commits, like he gets. I think there's a scene in Chapter 4 where he gets run over by a car, and I believe they actually ran over Keanu Reeves to get that authentic scene.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. They ran him over.
Not like that hard, but there's a film called Speed made in the 90s, and
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves actually got run over with a car to create a authentic scene to make it look
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Because for a second I was like, oh my goodness.
they would green screen this guy. Like, you need to do something real.
Yeah, exactly. To make it look convincing and realistic.
Yeah, my only major flaw with Chapter 4 was, my only two major flaws was, one, John Wick isn't very well utilized in that one. He doesn't talk almost at all. He's very muted, basically. And then you have my other, which was that there's way too much credibility that is strained. Like, the amount of stuff that this guy takes in the film is quite frankly
Absurd.
laughable.
Yeah.
Competes with 3 for which one strains more logic, but I would probably say it's probably 3 because of that ending. Where like infamously gets shot off, then hits his back and head, and he would have died. No way.
Yeah, that's something I've heard with a lot of sequels where obviously like in the first people would say like, you know,
The
whereas
first one's very grounded.
yeah, the first one it's like he despite being like, you know, pretty much like, you know, powerful, well, not
He's
powerful
getting
and
hurt.
oh yeah, right. Like in the first one, despite being like a killing machine, he's actually still vulnerable. But in the later sequels, people would argue, well, maybe not on the same level of absurdity, but kind of like say what happened with like the later Fast and Furious films where
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, they went downhill fast with their credibility. Like, Furious 7's my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
after Fast 5, they're just going steadily more stupid.
right, exactly, where
Like, they go to space in F9.
yeah, that was just borderline stupid.
I still don't even know how they were able to justify that. I don't even know if they know how they justified that.
Yeah,
It's bad, like what they did.
I completely agree because at the very least, with the ones that came before, like say, I mean, I know. Sorry, what?
Fate of the Furious for one, because at least Fate of the Furious, it's still fun and they're acknowledging the fact that it's stupid. Meanwhile, F9's taking it way too seriously.
Exactly. It's like I would say 5. Well, I know 5 was mostly grounded aside from the bank vault scene.
Yeah.
But like
scene kind of went a bit
silly.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Right, but 5, 6, 7, and even 8, like they even when they did get ridiculous, they knew it was ridiculous.
And they're having fun with that. Like, there's the only time you can mildly say they were having fun with in F9 is when there's the scene where Roman is like he actually says like they have to be superheroes at this point with what they're surviving.
Yeah, exactly.
After that, they're just being full on superheroes. Like, and Dom is just being way too powerful. Like, the fact that he does what he does and some of the stuff is weird. But that's just
I agree.
John Wick, but he's grinding the first one. After that, it's like, oh yeah, you want to run me over? Let's get this over with. Bang! And well, okay, now that I've been run over, time for your share. Bang bang. You're dead.
Oh yeah, definitely. In the first film, he's obviously very vulnerable.
Like, I mean, it starts the film where it looks like he's dying.
Exactly.
That's why I was wondering, how are there sequels to this? I swear, if they're doing a ghost John Wick thing, I'm quitting. I wouldn't have. No, that better not be their excuse for Chapter 5. Oh boy. Connor, they should make a Family Guy movie since they did with The Simpsons. LOL. Yeah, that would be fun. It's just the only problem is with TV shows are different, but you can really get away with some of the comedy that Family Guy does on television. That's one of the reasons it hasn't been made, I think. Like, they could get really... It would probably at least get an R rating because it's TV-14 Family Guy, I think, but that show is really violent. Like, very gory. Connor, my favorite movie of last year was Oppenheimer, and the worst movie of last year, in my opinion, was The Marvels. I actually thought The Marvel was decent, was okay. I didn't hate it, but it was definitely not... It was probably middle of the road Marvel for me. Did you see that one?
I did see The Marvels, and yeah, I think it was the same thing. Not bad, entertaining, not something I watch again, but I will say this, though. The post-credit scene where we did get Kelsey Grammer as Beast,
I actually like that.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I know a lot of people don't like X-Men The Last Stand, but I would argue him and Hugh Jackman and Kelsey Grammer were the best things in that movie.
Yeah, they were. Like, so, and getting him back, I was like, yeah, we're getting X-Men here. Come on, yeah. So I did enjoy that part about it, and I think The Last Stand's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
I
exactly. It's not that bad of a movie.
I mean, I do think the Dark Phoenix plotline is done more justice in Dark Phoenix because I like Dark Phoenix a little bit more. Plus, the Last Stand, the Dark Phoenix plotline is basically an afterthought. It's barely in the film. It's more about the Brotherhood and the mutant cure, and the Dark Phoenix plotline is more relegated to the third act. But I think Dark Phoenix just is. I like it more, probably because I love Ty Sheridan in it.
Ty Sheridan was really good as Cyclops, and
He's the best part of those too.
yes, he is definitely. I think he did a really good job as Cyclops, and part of me thinks I'd actually prefer him over. I mean, nothing against the performance, but I know James Marsden's one. I know James Marsden. Would you say he got flack or he didn't get flack for his performance? He was just kind of he didn't get much to do.
I mean, I prefer him to I think Ty Sheridan is miles better, but I wouldn't really say he got flack. I would say he more of it was kind of because he was never really in the films. In X-Men, he's mere cameos at certain points. Same thing with X2. He's like left in the back burner with like things like he is kidnapped along with Charles, so he's not in the film much. And The Last Stand was probably the icing on the cake for most people, where he was dealt dirty. Like that was disrespectful. I was infuriated.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand that.
yeah, exactly. Like that's something I've heard with everyone. They say the worst thing or one of the worst things about it was the fact that Cyclops wasn't even in the film much. He just gets killed off within the first few minutes.
It's in the first 15, I think. It's
the first 15 minutes he dies off screen.
It's in the first few, I can tell you that. It's not like in the middle of the film. They get him out quick. I believe he was wanting to be in it more, but do you know the film Enchanted?
Oh yes, Enchanted. I've heard the name.
That he was in that film, and I believe there was some scheduling conflict, so he was not able to be in it. He was still, I believe, going to be killed off, but he would have more screen time. But, man, but that's one of the reasons why I think Ty Sheridan is better. He wasn't really just dealt dirty with the way the other one was. And of course, you have the Cyclops from X-Men Origins Wolverine, who you can't really go against. You can't really give him much of it because he was barely in the film.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, go ahead.
Pay attention to this.
Oh goodness. Okay.
The rope cuts, so the dogs went off on their own. He's now hanging and is probably about to die.
Oh no.
Connor, another really good one is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That is a good one. Film Kid, I'll be back in like 30 minutes. I have to do something. And Connor, the post-credit scene was the only good part about that movie, in my opinion. I thought the chemistry was good for most of them.
Yeah, the chemistry was. Yes.
Like this is showing you like this guy's bad news.
Yes, definitely bad news. In fact, one guy just got hit by a tree or branch.
No, I know he wasn't hit by the tree. He just he dodged it, but since he dodged it, the guy was able to successfully kick him over.
Oh yeah, and now he's kind of rolling down the hill. Oh man. Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Oh. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm realizing, did they just completely forget about the guy that's hanging?
I hope they did. I hope they didn't. Don't forget him because he's probably hanging.
I would say they better not.
Because if they forget him, he's probably going to fall to his death.
Yeah. By the way,
whoa, yes.
What do you think of the post-credit scene in the Marvels with Kate, Hawkeye girl, the girl Hawkeye?
I liked it, because I thought Haley Steinfeld was great as Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye TV show. And it's good to see that, like, it wasn't just like a one-off, like she's actually going to come back.
Yeah, I loved her. Like that post-credit scene, I got a good laugh out of. It's kind of the way that Ms. Marvel like does it, where she's like acting so childish and like trying to act so cool, but in reality, she's just embarrassing herself. I thought that was really funny.
Yes, that was great.
Did the theater get a good laugh out of that one?
I think some people chuckled, but it wasn't like a huge laugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be a huge laugh, but it was good. Connor, I do respect your opinion on that film. Thank you. I mean, I could see some of why people weren't a big fan of it. When people say it's like the worst thing the MCU's ever put out, I would say that's not even close. I think Eternals, like Thor: Love and Thunder, the Thor: The Dark World, there's a lot worse that the MCU's ever like put out. Like She-Hulk, for instance.
Oh,
I barely got through She-Hulk.
yeah, and She-Hulk was not great. I mean, and here's one weird thing. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said that's what we call self-parody.
Yeah, it's like self-parody, and here's the one weird thing I find about it. Like, you know how some people complain about the MCU where certain ones were too serious and needed a little more humor?
Yeah.
Like, I know you on the last stream you said you weren't like a huge fan of The Incredible Hulk, but one thing I find weird is that when that movie came out, people complained it was too serious. But now with She-Hulk being lighthearted and goofy, people said it was cringe, and now they look back on The Incredible Hulk and be like, wow, The Incredible Hulk's not that bad now.
I mean, yeah, compared to She-Hulk, it isn't. I don't hate The Incredible Hulk. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do think it does drag. But I think really the problem was The Incredible Hulk was a bit serious considering some of the stuff it could have gotten away with. Meanwhile, She-Hulk, it was more in the line of self-parody. They were intentionally making fun of themselves and almost making fun of some of the continuity as if they had the opinion to do that. And a lot of people hated that, including me.
Yeah, I think they went way too far with the comedy, and I know Marvel gets flack nowadays, but the CGI in the episode is awful.
Oh, yeah, the CGI looks horrible. Like, especially on She-Hulk herself, I do not like the CGI then.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to say something controversial. I think it makes the CGI in Black Panther look Oscar-worthy.
That's a really bad thing to do. That's really bad to say if you have CGI that bad that it makes the CGI in Black Panther look that good, because the CGI in Black Panther is downright atrocious.
Oh yeah, no. That movie definitely. I mean, Black Panther is a great movie, but of course, you know, the CGI, especially at the end,
it starts really falling apart at that third act.
Yes, definitely.
Like Kevin Spacey's really good in this film.
Yeah, I think Kevin Spacey definitely does a good job.
He walks the line at certain points between kind of being a douchebag and being like a really like heart he can be a douchebag at certain points, but he's also at the end of the day he's like trying to help Will. So
yeah, exactly. I like characters like that where they may be a jerk at first, but they also show signs of like wanting to be helpful.
He wasn't really being a jerk. He's just how do I say this? He's not really being a jerk. He's doing stuff that he doesn't really think that he shouldn't really be doing.
Right. So like that he wants to kind of change.
Where he's like been writing these things that will probably scare Will's mother, so which you'll get a line about later explaining that.
Yes.
And see?
Yep.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you seen Turning Red?
I have not seen Turning Red, but I remember seeing the preview for it. It looked like it could be a fun movie.
Oh, man, those trailers really were lying to you then. That film is not fun.
Is it not worth my time?
That's one of the worst films I've seen in my entire life. That is by a landslide Pixar's biggest misfire they've ever done.
Oh,
Like
really?
I do not like Brave or Elemental. Elemental is actually my third. Actually, I think right now it's my second least favorite Pixar film they've ever put out. I really did not like that one.
Wow.
I would say Elemental is miles better than Turning Red. It was so terrible. Like the third act alone is basically the main girl twerking at her mother. That is the third act of the film.
Oh my god! In a kids movie?
Yeah, I know that was the point.
It's like that's pretty rated R.
I mean, it's not. She had her clothes on, but still. But man, Turning Red. I don't know if I could ever stomach that film again. There's a reason why I'm hoping Pixar takes. There's a reason why I don't know if I'm gonna go through all the Pixar films again when Inside Out 2 comes out because Turning Red was just so painful.
Yeah. Lately, I actually haven't been paying attention to much Pixar stuff.
I mean, they have some classics. Like I rewatched Monsters Inc. very recently. I mean, they've done Finding Nemo. They've done Toy Story. So they've done great films.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely have. That's why I actually prefer a lot of their earlier stuff.
I think the earlier stuff beats the heck out of their newer stuff. Newer stuff. I'm gonna look on Letterboxd. My favorite of the new-ish ones, as in like after Inside Out, basically.
Yeah.
My favorite of those ones is I'm trying to think of like the more standalone ones. So like Finding Dory, I'm not going to count. So my favorite of the more newer ones is Coco, and that's my 17th favorite. I'm not a very big fan of Coco.
I remember seeing bits and pieces, like the very first few minutes, and I've heard like some of the music.
Oh wait, no, it's the 18th. My 18th favorite. Oh wait, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen like little bits and pieces.
People love that film. If you look on Letterboxd, it averages a 5 out of 5, and it has a 4.1 rating.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Wall-E has the same thing with a 5 out of 5 rating. You have Toy Story, which has a 4. Come on, what? There's no way Wall-E gets a 5, but Toy Story doesn't.
No, I mean, Wall-E.
I'm not a big fan of Wall-E.
Yeah, I can see that point because I'll be upfront. Wall-E's one of those movies where, in terms of how many times I've watched it, I think I've only seen it like twice.
I've seen it once.
It's not very rewatchable.
Yeah, same. I'm not a big fan of it. Maybe I'll like it more if I rewatch it, but still. But have you seen Onward, Soul, or Luca?
Onward, Soul. I actually have not seen any of those, but I wanted to see Onward because, of course, I mean, I know this sounds Marvel biased, but I like the team up of like Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
Marvel's great. We don't go Marvel bias. We love Marvel. Well, we used to.
But no, I like the team up of them. I like because I think they're good actors.
Yeah, they're good. Tom Holland lately has been getting very typecasted. Where you had Cherry that Apple did. You had Uncharted, where you had several other films. Like he's not been getting a good career.
Yeah, probably everyone would probably say outside of like the MCU, which of course is. Yeah, because outside of I agree. His career outside of the MCU is not doing very well. And even though I do like him a lot as Spider-Man, I'd argue not every movie he did as Spider-Man was excellent because
Far From Home.
Yeah, I hear Far From Home. I mean, I personally, liked Far From Home, but
I can understand that. I just took some issues with the plot.
Yeah, that's fair. And this is my personal opinion. While I thought Homecoming was a good movie, I would say I think it was slightly overrated.
I can understand that. It's not really even a Spider-Man film. It's more Iron Boy Jr.
Yeah, exactly. There's all this Avengers stuff, and one other thing that I know it's just opinion, but I kind of find it crazy. When you ask people how does it rank with the other comic book films from that year, I've heard some people say it's either on par or second best, right behind Logan, and some were even saying better than Logan.
What?
Yeah,
Kidding me? That one doesn't even compare to Logan.
yeah, I know. It's like because
Logan is wow. I really like Far From Home. I downright love it, but I would not go that far. I'm
yeah,
not a moron. No offense to you people. I mean, all the love in the world, and hopefully you'll get people to listen to you about that. But I just don't feel that. I love Logan. I don't see that at all.
yeah, exactly. Because in that film, in Logan, like Hugh Jackman pretty much gives like his best performance as Wolverine.
And he's got a good number of those performances that he had to beat.
Yeah, exactly. Where Tom Holland does a good job in that movie, but I'd argue Michael Keaton was the best thing in that movie.
Yeah, I would actually argue that as well. Michael Keaton is fantastic in that movie.
Yeah, I'd say he's the best performance. Tom Holland was still good, but I think it's one of those he was like his best performance as Spider-Man was in No Way Home.
And that's the only one where he's really on his own and even then there's a scene where he actually needs help from Tony Stark to get those cures. And it's like, okay, and we're bringing back Iron Boy. Can we get Spider-Man to do one thing on his own? He's supposed to be the smart guy.
Yeah, exactly. But he has so much assistance.
Which is kind of what they screwed up in Tom Holland's era. He's not really the smart guy. He's just mostly the guy that gets help from the smart guy.
Yeah, exactly. And some people. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, he's really more played as a moron in certain spots in the film, with like some of the stuff that he's doing that he probably shouldn't be doing as a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. Looks like someone died in the movie.
He's not dead, but do you remember how he? I believe it's that guy.
Oh, wait. Was he? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was he the guy who tried to like duck or? He was like sliding down a hill and like
the guy that fell off the cliff and he didn't really fall off it, but I'm pretty sure that was him.
Oh, okay, he's that guy.
Like this film could be dark, but it's good.
Yeah, that's something Disney and Pixar did a lot. Like while their films were mostly either lighthearted, they had some dark moments.
Oh yeah, Bambi. That's a dark scene, if you know what I mean.
I haven't seen Bambi.
If I've seen it, it's been well over a decade. But there's a scene where Bambi's mother is killed in the beginning.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, they're actually doing a Bambi horror film. They've actually released part of the trailer where you can see Bambi like come up, and this is like basically a full deer, and just like use its horns and like knock a car on its like back or something.
Oh dear. Yeah, I actually did see not the trailer, but I kind of saw that, and I'm like, this is kind of reminding me of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, where they take a beloved character that from a kid's things, yeah, and they're like trying to make it like into something scary.
To make money because Blood and Honey was very profitable because it had such a low budget, which you see on screen. You could tell that was low budget.
Yeah, and that makes me think, why? What's next? They do Monsters Inc. live action, but of course, instead of Mike and Sully being monsters who are likable, they're like, what, terrifying monsters?
They're doing that to Pinocchio. They're doing it to Peter Pan.
Oh, God.
And look, see what I mean? This guy is bad news.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, this guy's a despicable guy.
Yeah, I'd argue he is like one of the biggest, most unlikable movie characters I've ever seen.
I mean, that means he's doing his job. How are you liking the film so far?
Oh, no, the film is great. I'm glad you recommended this to me.
Yes, victory is mine. Okay, and that laugh was ruined.
No. It was a good laugh.
Only 45 minutes left? Dang it. Connor, the worst MCU movie, in my opinion, was Thor: The Dark World. Well, that's going to be it 4. That's going to be it. See you guys. See you, Connor. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you, Connor.
I am back. Okay. Okay. The whole movie's about puberty and periods. He's talking about turning red.
Oh, okay. Yeah, turning red.
They play that as a punchline to several jokes. There's one in particular involving her in a bathroom, and I believe it's since the bear is red. There's like an outline in like a crack of the door where her mother sees it, and then like she goes and like I think she like gets pads, and it's like, did you seriously just try and make a joke about that, and you're marketing this for kids? What the heck? Know your audience. Yeesh. Frankie, hot take: Star Wars Episode 5 is not top 3 Star Wars movies. Wow. But it's still amazing. You brace yourself for this top 3.
For Star Wars.
Yes, he's doing a top 4 Star Wars. Can you brace yourself?
Yes, I'm gonna brace myself right now for whatever I'm about to hear.
Because if Empire's not in the top 3, this could get rough.
Yep, if it's not top 3, this is gonna get ugly.
Oh boy. Frankie, top 4 are Star Wars Episode 6, 3 Star Wars Episode 3, 2 Star Wars Episode 4. My favorite is Rogue One.
Wait a minute. 6, 4, 3, Rogue. What? No Empire? Get him out of here.
What above Empire?
Get him out of here.
I think Rogue One's a bit overrated, to be honest.
I
think
that's fair.
I might like Phantom Menace more. I have nostalgia. I have unhealthy amounts of nostalgia for it.
That's totally fair. I mean, I haven't seen The Phantom Menace in a long time. I just know that I wasn't a huge fan of it, but part of me is thinking that, maybe give it another watch, and it's probably not going to be as bad as I remembered it.
I'll tell you one thing. The dialogue is much better than it is in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, that's one thing I've heard. Like, Attack of the Clones, the dialogue. I hate sand. It's rough and irritating and gets everywhere.
So does this conversation. Rough and irritating.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Film Kid, I'm going to watch Morbius. Wish me luck. Good luck. You're stupid, but okay. But hey, I had to watch the worst spin-off one with Madam Web today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the comment, but I think Connor was the one that said it, but he said that he saw my review for that. I watched Madam Web.
I still haven't seen it because I've heard it is so, just as bad, if not worse than Morbius.
Don't watch it. I do like these grading type things where I give my percentage level of my enjoyment. I gave it, I think, okay, what did I give it? I gave it I can tell you it was low. It was pathetic. Okay, I gave it a 11%. I gave it burn it because I do these things like go out and buy.
Yeah.
On whatever, if it's on Apple TV Plus, which I did for Argyle, which I just saw, I put stream it on Apple TV Plus because that's where you can watch it. So I said, then there's also skip it, and then there's burn it. I gave Madam Web a burn it, and the sad part is it's not even my least favorite film of the year.
Yeah, that is sad. And like I said, sorry, what?
Megamind 2 is worse, and it's a lot worse. That's the sad part.
Yeah, that is sad because, I mean, I would have thought Madam Web would be worse because I know lately the whole Sony verse where they're trying to take Spider-Man, I don't know about all villains, but say Spider-Man characters and try to give them their own thing. Like, obviously first Venom, then Morbius, Madam Web, and then soon there's going to be Kraven.
Kraven the Hunter looks awful. That looks even worse than Madam Web does.
Yeah, because while I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, when I saw the trailer and at the end they showed the Rhino, but a guy taking an antidote to make his skin into the Rhino, it's like, what?
Oh no! I tried to wipe that try to wipe that film from that trailer from my memory. I genuinely hated that trailer. Worse than Madam Web. And why is it that we have never gotten a single good Spider-Man spin-off film? I haven't seen Morbius yet, but I've been told it's awful, and I do not like Venom. I hate Venom Let There Be Carnage, and I despise Madam Web.
I don't know why. I feel like Sony just, you
They
know,
don't
does
care.
it?
They're not putting much effort into it. They definitely didn't put it. There's definitely not any effort in Madam Web, or somebody needs to have a serious talk about what effort is, if that was effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Madam Web competes for, it has maybe the worst villain I've ever seen in a comic book film. It's laughable. Like almost every scene when he's talking, like his back is to the camera. Just watch Cody Leach's rage review on it when he did a good amount. Like if you watch it, like not a fan.
Yeah, and part of me was thinking, what if I only watch it just to see if there was like, you know, like a post-credit scene of some kind where they tease something with Andrew Garfield or Toby Spider-Man? But I've
I
heard,
don't think there was.
no, wait, what?
I don't think there was a post-credit scene.
Yeah, that's what I heard. There wasn't even a post-credit scene.
Yeah, that's the icing on that cake. It's a Marvel film, but there's no post-credit scene. Now this film is definitely a 0 out of 10.
Right, where here's what some people said about Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Like, even though some people didn't like it, the post-credit scene, which teased.
Oh yeah, I like that post-credit scene. That's probably the only scene in the actual film I liked. I did not like that one. I went in expecting that one to be better because Venom, I was over the moon excited to see. And I was like, oh, yeah. This is going to be awesome. I watched it, and I was so disappointed. I go into Let There Be Carnage saying, people say this one's better, and it was worse.
Yeah, I can totally see your points, because another thing, probably a reason why people felt it was worse, is because the fact that this one had Carnage, and of course they got Woody Harrelson to play Carnage, who people would say, you know,
Great actor.
Good at.
Like, they did him pretty dirty.
Yeah, and I don't really necessarily. I don't think it was like Woody Harrelson's performance that's the issue. It's more
his direction that they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it was Andy Serkis who was in the Planet of the Apes movies. Andy Serkis directed that movie.
Andy Serkis directed that?
Yeah, like Andy Serkis did the second one. The first one was by Ruben Fleischer, who did films like Zombieland and 30 Minutes or Less.
Wow. Just wow.
I know what you're thinking. It's like, wow, so like Caesar himself directed Venom 2. You'd think that would
be decent, or at least be better than the first film.
But as a result, it's like, no, this is actually a lot worse.
Which you would be very surprised if you could find a film worse than that, because that was pretty awful. I mean, not awful, but it definitely wasn't good.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like you said with Sony, they just don't know how to. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, it's like they don't really care anymore about their own spin-offs. Like, they haven't been putting much effort.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, and it's weird because, like, when they first started with, like, say, some of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, like, I mean, I know there was kind of a sign of not doing characters right, like with Venom and Spider-Man 3, but, you know, they did show some signs of caring, like, say, Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus.
I mean, they did some things in Spider-Man 3 that they, like, took seriously, but I don't think they really took that emo Peter Parker dance seriously.
No, that was... I know that's like a meme, and yeah, you can kind of make fun of it, like, you know...
That's the saving grace of that part, that it's at least so memeable.
Right, it's like so memeable, like, you can make so many memes. Like, I made a short one time that was... You'll probably get a kick out of, where I had that scene, and I had, like, Uptown Funk playing in the background.
Oh, man, that sounds good. I mean, you check that out.
I think it was called, like, Uptown Bully Maguire, I think it was called.
Uptown Bully Maguire. Oh, pay attention.
Oh, I'm looking.
See what's happening?
Oh, yeah, I think the dogs are kind of, like, there's a dog fight.
And you know who caused it, don't you?
Yeah, the guy who caused a problem earlier. No! No! No, they killed a dog! Or is it the...
Don't worry. See?
Oh, it's alive. Oh God! For a second, when I saw the blood, I really thought the dog was dead. Wait a minute. Why is he pulling out a gun?
I think he's thinking about doing something.
He better not kill the dog because the dog doesn't look like it's going to cause problems. It just looks like it's hurt.
No, I mean he's thinking that he can. I mean, you know the name of it, right?
The name of the gun?
No, I mean no, that's a revolver, I think. But
Oh,
do you know
sorry.
the name of the dog?
No.
His name is Gus. So
Gus? Okay.
He's not wanting to do it because he thinks that Gus is gonna hurt him. He's doing it because you can see by his wounds and everything that he's in a lot of pain. So he's like thinking of like just putting him out of his misery because you can tell he is really hurting and like the little whimpering he's doing.
Yes.
I mean, although Will himself's in a pretty good amount of pain, you can tell.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, like his lips especially look like frostbite.
Like he's been chapped. I can tell you it's not fun being chapped. Have you ever been chapped on your lips?
Oh, yes. I've been chapped on my lips and even my hands.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever gotten it on my hands, but I can tell you the lips really do hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes when you're moving your lips around and you can feel the fact that they're chapped.
Yeah. Another thing, but I've also been dog sledding before. Another thing that might resonate more with me because I've actually gotten to do that, and I got to actually move it around. Like I was doing like some of the ordering, like when you when you try and get them to go, you like say things like hike.
Yes.
All see,
Oh, he's getting his revenge on the guy. Beat him up. Oh.
Oh. A lot of people agree with me. Not with Empire Strikes Back. No, not with that one. I had to kill. Yes.
Kill him. Shoot him in the face.
Oh man, that would have been so good. Frankie, Rogue One is the first Star Wars movie I watched. I did not grow up with the OG3. I didn't either, and I didn't. Okay, kind of did, but I grew up mostly with the prequels. Oh, did you see?
Yeah, he punched the guy right in the face.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Frankie, I don't hate Morbius, like a lot of people, but it's not good. Film Kid, the Megamind TV show came out. I know, I hated the film so much, and I'm not a big TV show guy, so I didn't bother. I'm not seeing that show. Did this director do anything else? Okay, I've seen some of these done. What is it? Oh, just Iron Will. Okay, he's done some other stuff. He's in a film with Danny Glover.
What movie did he do?
It's called Buffalo Soldiers.
Oh, I've never heard of that movie, but I know there was a song called Buffalo Soldier by Bob Marley.
Bob Marley did that?
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah, he did.
Did you ever see the documentary movie that they put out?
I did see, like, I think parts of the documentary. Like, yeah, like I did see that.
My parents bought it, so I'm going to see it soon. They said that it was really good. Glad to see the chat's died down, so we can just be paying a lot of attention.
Yeah, I know. It's the chat was kind of like, you know.
Okay, guys, please, we love you guys, but please, we need to pay attention to some stuff. See what he's doing?
Yes.
So you can tell what his plan is right now?
Yes.
Film Kid, did your parents realize that the Bob Marley movie was on Paramount Plus? I don't know.
And it's also free on TV now on Xfinity Stream through HBO or MGM subscription.
Oh, my parents don't have Xfinity anymore.
Oh, okay.
They used to, but I believe they got rid of it. I think it was just like too expensive for them. They just didn't want it. Can you tell me what his plan is then?
His plan, it looks like he's I was watching, but I think his plan was like something about well, actually I know you told me to turn it down, so I feel like I could hardly hear what was the plan?
Oh, sorry. I mean, you can turn it up a bit. Just we don't want to
Okay.
get that loud.
Right.
So his plan, he was like giving him more and more money. So he knows that he knows that Will is being is smart and is very good. So he's trying to buy him out of the race. So
Okay, buy him out of the race.
Out of the race, so that he won't win.
Okay, buy him out of the race so he will not win. Okay, yes, that's his plan.
He also learned to whistle that call. Do you remember the call that he's doing?
I think I do remember. I think I do. Like, yes.
Yeah, he back like there's a scene that you probably missed it, but where the thing that he just blows on it falls out, so he had to learn to whistle it.
Yes.
Oh, this is another very tense and intense and really good scene. Film Kid says Anchorman is rated R. No, it's not. There's an unrated cut that is unrated, but there's no rated R cut of Anchorman. There's an unrated, uncut, and uncalled for edition, which is what it says on my iTunes extras thing that has, but there's no R-rated cut. It's PG-13. Hard PG-13, but have you seen Anchorman?
Yes, I've seen clips of it.
Dude, that's your homework. Watch it. It is gut-bustingly funny.
I will definitely put it on the watch list because I would like to watch it because I know at one point I was actually thinking for my channel doing a list of like, I don't know about like Steve Carell performances, but maybe say, ones for like Paul Rudd, for instance.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, unless you don't think Paul Rudd's worth it because he kind of plays similar roles.
He kind of does. I mean, there's one in Monsters vs. Aliens that Dreamers put out that I really do not like where who's the moron that cast him in that film? Because in that one, he's playing an unlikable jerk.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, like in Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yeah, it's so unlike him to play an unlikable jerk. It's like it's against Paul Rudd's DNA. He can't do it.
Yeah, like I think I know who he was. He was supposed to be the guy that Reese Witherspoon's character, Ginormica, who in the beginning he was going to get married to, but then of course once she started, but then she grew big and he didn't want to be involved with her anymore.
Yeah. Film Kid on Paramount Plus, the original cut is rated R. But if you ever have a girlfriend and you all want like something like a dinner date thing, an idea, watch Anchorman. There's some humor in there that you guys might have fun with, but it's a really good one. I adore the first one. It's either my favorite or my second favorite comedy of all time. Okay, it's in my top 3 because I would probably label Ghostbusters as a comedy, so it's probably my third or second favorite. I always go back and forth between that and Dumb and Dumber. Which one's my second favorite? You see do you see what's happening?
Oh yeah, like the 2 kids are on the ice even though they shouldn't be because they could easily break through the ice and drown.
Yeah, remember what happened near the beginning of the film?
Oh yes. The dad of the main character drowned.
Now pay attention.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh no!
And that, my friend, is what you call tension. I'm sorry, I just love this film so much.
Yeah, that actually had me worried for both the humans and the dogs.
Because they do a brilliant job of setting it up and making you think, what if they, like, it has tension to it. And because you care about the characters. They're not like just this guy, like, stay on that. I don't care. Just, you guys can get run over if you want. It's your choice. But we actually care about them.
Yes, these characters are very well done.
And that just shows how, look at him.
Yeah, oh, his face.
Like, he's roughed up bad.
Yeah, he's like roughed up. He does not look well.
Okay, Ledger, once you're done with this, do you want to talk and maybe watch something? Probably not watch something, but I can probably talk after this. That might be my favorite scene in the entire film, that train scene. It's a great scene.
Yeah, it was really intense.
Yeah. Do you know anyone that's seen this film?
I do not know anyone that has seen this film.
Or at least as far as you know that you know I've seen this film.
I do not know anyone that has seen this film. Like, I don't think my family's seen this film. I don't know about any of my friends. Oh, God.
I completely forgot about that part, about how rough.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at one of his fingers. Oh, one of his fingers looks like it was, like, really roughed up, or dare I use the word, it looked like it was swelling.
Yeah, it was swelling.
Oh!
It's what happens when you're out that long. Like, he's committing. And pay attention to the scene.
Okay.
Film Kid, I'll send you the link on your review for this. Film Kid, me and Ledger both agree that this movie was our childhood. Film Kid, what just happened? He just had his gloves taken off, and it's showing that he's really, like, infected, probably. Oh. Kevin Spacey really knows how to protect a guy.
Yeah, exactly. Since I think the guy who tried to buy him out of the race was who's actually, I think that's Brian Cox, who played Stryker in X-Men 2.
That's Stryker?
Yeah, I believe that is Brian Cox, who was also Stryker in X-Men 2.
I'm gonna see if he's listed in the cast. Brian Cox. Yeah, Brian Cox and okay. Yep, you were right. He's in Days of Future Past in X2. Spot on.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in this movie, in terms of, like, he does a really good job in this movie. I think in regards to where this would rank in performances in movies I've seen him in, I like Kevin Spacey keeping the guy comfort.
Like he knows that he's in a lot of pain.
Yes. And this guy is like a really sympathetic character. You really feel for him for everything he goes through.
Will?
Yes.
And the score also helps with that because it feels like the mood is really set.
Yes.
Knowing me, I'm probably going to do several more watch-alongs with this sometime.
Nice.
I'll probably have you on for another one, like maybe a year or two later, probably for some other people I need to introduce this to. But
yes,
make sure to review this.
I will definitely review this.
We need to get the word out that this film is awesome.
I will definitely get the word out on both Letterboxd and YouTube.
Be sure to either follow me so I can follow you, so I know that you've done it, or just let me know and send me the link, because I would love to see some of your opinions on certain films and to give Catwoman that one half that I really want you to give it.
Yes, definitely.
Especially after that basketball scene that I've seen.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna on Letterboxd give Catwoman a review of some kind.
Oh, you need to watch this. Do you see? Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he says I got to get my blood going.
Yeah, do you know why he said that?
Because I think he's having like right now, since he was exposed to the cold for so long, it's affecting how it's affecting like something in his blood or.
He was then I believe he had the thing where he said just give him 2 hours of sleep, so he did that, and then so when he woke up he could barely he couldn't move his legs, and then Kevin Spacey's like that he's getting a doctor.
Yeah. Oh man, that's yeah. Yeah, this is like a really well done scene because you feel like since he got so much sleep, it's like now he can't move his legs, and and it's like they got to get him to a doctor.
Yeah, but he knows that if he goes to a doctor, he's wasting time. And if he goes to a doctor, the doctor will pull him out of the race because he's just hurting too much. He'll lose his family money. They'll have to sell the dogs, and he's willing to put a lot on the line, preferably possibly his life, because this is just that severe of cold. If you do this for that long, that could kill you.
Yeah, and
of all I love the Shawshank Redemption. This might have the best performance that we had in 1994. If not, it's certainly in the top 3.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main actor, obviously the two big ones in this movie are great, but I'd say since the main actor in this movie, who's pretty much the heart and soul of the movie, he does an excellent job.
Mackenzie Aston is his name.
Mackenzie Aston.
Yeah, he is fantastic in this movie. Oh man, the score. I mentioned this in my review how fantastic of a score this is. He's like, oh no. So he's now wanting to get a head start. So now immediately everyone else is just trying to get ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Since he's already gone, everyone else is now trying to catch up.
So he's spreading the word because he doesn't want him to win. So he's getting everyone ready. So I know a lot of people are probably very angry at him because now they don't get a good night's sleep. They just have to immediately get going because they want to win. They're like, why couldn't you have done another hour or two? This is very inconvenient for us. Okay. Now I think you can turn it down since it's getting a bit loud. I'll tell you when you need to turn it up for the dialogue.
Okay.
What a beautiful film. I mean, especially here, this is great cinematography. I mean, look at this shot of the forest.
Oh yeah, and there's kind of the colors with all the
it's
the
like Terminator 2, a bluish tint that they have to it.
Yeah, the bluish tint and all the snow.
Yeah. I actually wasn't as big on this when I first saw it. It's because the older you get, the more mature you get, the more you resonate with this film. It's really just.
Oh no! He accidentally got left behind.
Yeah. Running for the heart. I didn't know you have one. Oh, that's a great line.
That is a great line. Maybe actually for YouTube, I should do a list of Brian Cox performances.
I can definitely tell you what his top 2 are probably going to be.
Probably, correct me if I'm wrong, this and probably Stryker and X-Men 2.
That's what I would suggest probably, because I would be shocked if he has a better performance than this.
Yeah, other films he was in, he was in the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, even though he was... Yeah, he was the guy who was running that...
The Apes. I've only seen the first 2 of the original and Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he's there's this shelter that Caesar goes to, and he's the guy who kind of runs the place.
Oh,
So he's kind of like a
The main
very, yeah, exactly.
the person that plays Draco Malfoy is in that film, isn't he? He's the one that says, "Get your filthy hands off me, you damn dirty ape!" And then that's when like the infamous scene where Caesar just immediately like freaks out and is like, "No."
Yes, Tom Felton's in that movie, and I noticed something about him. I feel like Tom Felton always likes to play unlikable jerks in
Douchebags.
movies.
He's like he can be such a prick in certain films.
Like Harry Potter, obviously, he was just a little. He was just first a little brat, but then he was just like,
He
know,
gets progressively more awful.
he only got worse.
After 3, that's when he's a brat in the first 2. 3 onward, he's just an awful person. Like what he does to try and get Buckbeak killed.
Oh yeah, he's just a downright. His character is a downright horrible person.
Yeah. So good. I've only seen Rise and Dawn. I've not seen any of the new shows yet. I'm about to. By the way, which Harry Potter film is your favorite?
My favorite is The Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's mine too. That's actually odd because my brother and my dad, that's their least favorite.
Really? Wow.
I know. I cannot believe it. Like, I mean, if we're being objective, Prisoner of Azkaban is miles better than every other one because, like, it's the most well made. It has the best performances, cinematography, acting. Okay, acting and performances are kind of the same, but still.
Yeah, and I remember when I first watched it, there were some actually quite startling because I never read any of the books beforehand, and I remember when it got to the part where, let's just say, what?
The Dementors on the train?
Well, yeah, not just that, but the one with Lupin revealed to be...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that scared me to death as a kid. That was one of my least favorites as a kid. Not because of... it was because I always was terrified of that. Because I like that, especially like when Lupin transforms into and the Dementors, that in a lot of ways messed me up.
Oh, yeah. I just remembered it wasn't necessarily the transformation that was scary, but even in werewolf form...
He's scary. The effects are pretty good.
Oh, yeah. The effects, I would say the effects still hold up. Like, it still looks like really good.
Oh, yeah. Focus says that's my second favorite. His favorite was Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire, I think, is a good. I still think Goblet of Fire is a good one. For me, it's not as good as The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Agreed. But you're gonna want to pay attention to this part.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trust the dogs. Trust yourself. Now I know what my quote is for the review on Letterboxd. Such a masterpiece. When we do the Logan watch along, you may want to find some way to get the audio to where it's not being heard because I don't think whoever does this, like evaluating for copyright or stuff, I don't think they're going to be very happy to hear all the F-bombs that Logan drops.
Oh, yeah. So
he swears a lot. It's like almost as if he was having to make up for the amount of PG-13 films that he was in. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like he has one F-bomb that he makes in the Wolverine, and you could tell in that scene, like he was savoring that one.
Yeah, exactly. In the Wolverine, he has like one F-bomb, but actually in X-Men First Class, the cameo he had.
Oh, yeah, I love that scene.
Yeah, it's very brief, but you know what? He says something that's hilarious.
Oh, boy, you're going to want to see this.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, uh-oh. I think this guy's about to get a taste of his own medicine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh! Get him! Yes! Get him!
And look how good Will is of a person. Did you see what he just did?
Yeah, he just took the gun and pretty much shot and pretty much did the exact same thing to him.
Well, no, he shot a round or two in the air because he knew that would get the dogs moving off of him. He definitely got hurt or possibly killed, but probably not killed. He was definitely hurt at least. But
yes,
he shot the rounds because that would get the dogs off of him.
Right, so it's like despite him being a jerk, he still has a sense of I shouldn't just let this guy get mauled by dogs.
Yeah, I'm not. He's not a bad person. Will he doesn't do anything that I would even consider to be awful.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
remotely bad. Filmkey, I remember watching Logan for the first time, and I was thinking to myself, with the amount of swearing and violence after watching something like Origins, I was like, damn. Oh man, yeah. The Wolverine trilogy is one of the few trilogies where each film gets progressively much better.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Origins is decent. Then you have the Wolverine, which is great, and then you have Logan, which is freaking fantastic and is one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. Top 25? Actually, no, top 20, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Wolverine trilogy is one where each one is like gets better.
Like Captain America.
Yeah,
At least in my
exactly.
opinion.
Like
I know a lot of people say the Winter Soldier's the best.
yeah, like Captain America. I know most people would say is one, even though, like you said, most people would consider Winter Soldier the best. Whereas other superhero movie trilogies, like say, I don't know, like Iron Man, for instance.
Film Kid says Hosta insults the Wolverine too much. Yeah, our buddy Hosta despises the Wolverine. Oh man, it's so sad. We're nearing the ending of the film.
Oh, hopefully, I hope he wins.
Yeah, come on, Jan, say it. Put it on the board. You know what to do.
Wow, Brian Cox does a great job of playing characters that you pretty much hate.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously in this one, I'd argue his character is like I'm debating more unlikable or just as unlikable as Stryker was in X-Men 2.
I wouldn't really say that because Stryker is like actually experiments and kills people in that. But meanwhile, this guy's just like trying to keep him away from it. Like he's just trying his hardest and he's just not happy. He's not as unlikable. Yes, evil. No.
More unlikable, but not as evil.
Yeah. Austin says, "Hey gents, hey man, thanks for joining in on this film. If you have not seen Iron Will, please check it out. It's a great film."
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Come on, get back up!
Yeah. Drew, can you please make a review on your channel today for this and talk about how underrated and non-talked about this movie is so I can get more mainstream? I mean, as I said, this movie was my childhood.
Yes, I will definitely do a review for this.
Oh yeah. You're going to love this scene. This is probably one of my favorite scenes in movie history. Just wait. See what Gus is doing?
Oh yeah, the whistling is like making the dogs like actually help.
And it's motivating him. Like now Gus is like trying. He's seen that he knows that Will's hurting, so he's like trying to take over.
Yes.
If I do a review on this, it's gonna be like 20 minutes long of just me ranting, and because I don't think I have a single negative for this film.
Yeah, I'd actually say this movie's pretty much perfect. I can't think of anything wrong with it.
Yes, I knew it. Knew it was a good idea to get you on here. Yeah, come on. Yes. Yes. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Nearly there. Nearly there. Yes. They're like doing this to make you know that it's gonna be close.
Oh yes!
Yeah! 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 Oh. And it is officially. Oh, yes, I agree. Now that is what you call a film. So we'll answer this question, then we'll see what our thoughts are on this film. Film Kid, Keep Watch, Burn, Iron Will, The Blind Side, and The Lion King. Easy one. Burn the heck out of The Blind Side. I really like The Blind Side, but compared to the other two, it doesn't even compare. Watch The Lion King and keep Iron Will personally. What about you? Have you seen The Blind Side?
I actually have not seen The Blind Side, and if I have seen The Lion King, it's been a long time. So I'd probably say keep Iron Will, only because I literally just finished watching it.
And yeah, I would definitely say that The Blind Side of them is the most sad. Probably it has especially that the first half is really it gets much better in terms of it gets a lot more happy and upbeat, but still. And The Lion King's a classic.
Yeah, Lion King. I'm gonna estimate that is a classic.
Oh man, do you know who Adam Does Movies is?
Adam Does Movies. I've heard the name. Yes.
He has another channel called Adam Does Rants, and I just looked, and he posted a thing called Invisalign is a great way to straighten your teeth and hate yourself. And I'm like, I have Invisalign. I'm wearing it right now. Is this supposed to be a slur at me?
I hope it's not.
Yeah, but there's some stuff I don't like about Invisalign, but still. So, okay, so let's go with the guy who just finished watching this for the first time ever. Drew, what did you think of Iron Will?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Like you said, I can't really think of anything wrong with it. In terms of where it ranks with other movies from 1994, so far the ones I've seen are like Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, True Lies, and this. Still haven't seen Shawshank, but I'm gonna get on that.
Get onto it.
But of the ones I've seen, I would say, I think Pulp Fiction is probably the best of the four. But I will say this. I think I would actually put this above Forrest Gump.
Wow. That victory is mine.
And I would even say True Lies.
Yes. I knew I was smart to bring you on here.
Yep, so I'd actually say it's a close second.
Oh yeah, so I hope to see this review soon, and if you ever do a favorite films of all time list on Letterboxd, I would be genuinely shocked based on how much you seem to love it if it's not on there, but nothing new for me, guys. I absolutely adored this film. I was eating up the scenery of hearing Drew's reaction to some things, especially like with the dogs and like him being like, "Oh no, they are dogs." Like, I mean, you're fair to do that. They're dogs. We don't kill off dogs. There's a reason why we don't like to rewatch John Wick as much as the sequels.
Because the first one, the dog dies brutally.
Oh yeah, so you were very fair with that to be like, don't you do it. And it's one that has a lot of emotion to it. It has one of my favorite scores probably of all time. It has a fantastic score. everything about the film. I am an objective reviewer. I like things like The Dark Knight, which people hail as perfect. I can flaw. This, I cannot. I don't think there's a single flaw with this film. I don't think. I tried, and wow, this film blew me away even more than it did the most recent time I watched. When I watched it the most recent time, which is about a year ago, and that was when I actually connected with it. So it's a fantastic film, and in my opinion, one of the best films of 1994. Now, I wouldn't say it's better than Shawshank. It's pretty close. It's pretty close, but this is probably my favorite film. Yeah, this is my favorite films of all time list. So if you guys thought that our reaction was good, please, we're begging you to check this out. You have Drew saying it. If you need more, his review should be able to say to go watch it. Film Kid, it was his childhood and he loves it. He should be able to tell you this. So please, guys, do yourselves a favor and go and see if you can buy it. Watch Iron Will. Whew. But anything else you want to say?
I don't have anything much else to say. All I want to say is thank you so much for having me, and stay tuned for my review of Iron Will. My hope is either to get it out tonight or tomorrow.
Oh man, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that review. I'm gonna probably get it. I'll probably eat my dinner, then I'll probably be able to make a review for this film because I cannot stop thinking about this film. I need to do another watch along and show someone else that maybe Austin, who was just here, but I would love to show that to him. Probably Nick, who's the movie ranker. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's been on a live stream with me for Predator, not. And Jason from Backtrack Cinema. I've got a lot of people's shows too.
Yes.
Man, it's good. But anyway, Film Kid says, I love it. Yes. Okay, I thought you were talking to me. Probably after I get done with my review. But anyway, guys, that should do it for this live stream. And thank you. Special thanks to Drew for being here. And again, a big celebration for the fact that Drew actually hit 903 subscribers. So everyone, I think we can all unanimously give him a great clap for that, because that was very, very good. He hit 903 subscribers. Keep up the good work. It won't be long till you hit 1K.
It will not be long.
And then you finally get to brag to people that you have over 1,000 people that care enough.
Yes.
And you're just continuing to grow, which is pretty impressive.
It is impressive.
Your videos are only a minute or a little over a minute long, and and you're getting so much, which is, I think, one of the reasons why people have loved it so much. Because do you know how there's a lot of videos where almost like video essays where they're like 40 minutes long?
Right, they're like 40 minutes long, and you think this is like so much. Where
So
at
much
least,
time. And you get to the point. You do a quick little few second summary of it, and since it's only like a minute and a half long, it means that people not only get to hear your opinion and love it, they actually get to also, well, I mean, maybe love it. There's probably sometimes you've gotten a few disagreements, but
right. Yep.
But there's probably also been, but since it's not that long, it also means that they get to know your opinion and they get to move on with their day if they have other stuff to do real quick. It's not like this, well, there goes my entire evening.
Exactly.
But definitely thank you for Drew for being on here. If we ever do another Iron Will watch along, if he's willing to, like in a few months, I'll probably see if he wants to come back, as well as bringing on someone new that hasn't seen the film. And also stay tuned for our watch along for Logan. I will chat with you about when we can do that, probably tonight maybe, but I'll see when we can do the Logan watch along, because I am pumped to see Logan. This will be my third time, even though I've been noticing progressively each time I rewatch it just gets more and more violent somehow. Oh boy, but that'll be hard, but it'll also be a lot of very, very emotional. But thank you all so much for being here, and have a good one.
Bye.